Vooch came in for the screen. His man stayed, and for a split second, I was going to kick it to Vooch. And by the time I looked up at the clock, I said, I got to make something happen. I just try to get enough space, get it up, get it over him. And as soon as it left my hand, it felt good.
You've hit other beaters in your career before. Where does this one rank?
You got to rank it up there because it was one of those games where nothing was going our way. It felt like we was getting beat up. It was one of those physical games. We didn't play our best offensively. Rebounding seemed like we just couldn't buy a rebound. But we got to put it up there, because we grinded it out and we went in on a big shot.
Yeah, let's kind of broaden this and talk about that. I mean, we've been talking about this team's resilience all season.
Yeah.
What does it say about this team to not really come with your best effort?
It says everything. I think I said something to Zach in the first half. It's just one of those games where I don't feel like nothing was going our way from the ref standpoint. Offensively, can't get a rhythm. It's just going to be one of those ugly games, that's going to come down, to the last possession, and it did. I just told them to stay with it, just keep pushing, and our teammates did, and it was a hell of a win to pull out.
I asked you this in Brooklyn after you swept the Knicks and Nets. You're not tied for first in the East with the Nets. I know it's still early in the season, but what big picture significance do you take things like that?
Just credit to our hard work. We've been battling, COVID protocols with our coach, with players for this for like 2 months, and for the team to be able to hold on, sustain like we're doing, and to end the year off top of our conference, speak volumes to what type of team we are, what type of team we can be once we get, back to full strength.
Just one more from me, Chris, and then if anybody else too. Kobe, you mentioned Kobe's keeping that ball alive, on the floor, but he also hits a big shot.
Hell of a game. Yeah. What do you think about his guy? Take away Kobe from this game, we don't win. He hit some big time threes when we needed it. When we couldn't get nothing offensively going, he came through and, kept keeping us over the hump for a couple of possessions where we couldn't score. He had a couple of shots, off the dribble, catch and shoot. He played extremely confident. And like I said, without him, we don't win this game.
I'm good, Kristen.
All right, Sam, you can open it up to Zoom.
Darnell, go ahead.
Yeah, Demar, the celebration, can you just tell me when you threw your arms up after you hit the shot, what did that moment feel like for you? What's going on in your mind in that moment?
It was a relief. Like I said, it was a hard-fought game. One of those aggressive games. Kind of reminded me of a playoffs type of physicality game, for that shot to go in, for we was battling that whole fourth quarter, feeling like nothing was going our way on both ends. We couldn't get a rebound. We couldn't keep going offensively. Felt like we was getting, beat up here and there. So it was a big time relief for me.
And then just your mindset when you haven't had many nights like this, but obviously with your experience, you've had plenty in your career where you just had to battle through, halftime or three quarters like tonight. What is your mindset in those moments, knowing that, there's still time and you got time to work through and get out of it?
I'm a firm believer in as long as I got time, I got a chance. I always take that approach into a game, understanding everything is not going to be perfect. You want to play a perfect game, but, that's just not going to happen. Sometimes it's going to be rough nights, and you got to understand as long as it's time on that clock, you can figure out something to do to pull out a victory. And, that's what we did tonight.
Thank you.
Sam Smith, go ahead.
The team has been so good this season. You really haven't had many of these kind of opportunities, which I assume you prefer the way it's gone. But you had one earlier this season. I think it was New York, and you didn't make it. Does that ever enter into your mind, what you did last time and say, well, this is what I got to do this time, not only making it, but where you're going to be on the floor, how you're going to approach it?
No. I never think about, the missed opportunity. I always think about the next opportunity. Try to capitalize on that as best as I can whenever I'm in that position. And, tonight was an opportunity to cherish on that opportunity and, it went our way.
What other, everybody always comments about how cool, calm you are under the circumstances. But this game and also the other game against Indiana, you were emotional, got technicals or whatever. Was something go on in these games, or is there something different?
I mean, you got to give credit to the team. It was one of those physical games, and it was just one of those moments where I felt like something wasn't going my way or my teammates' way. Like we was getting beat up, and it's just my natural competitive nature that's internal. I never really show it, on the outside too much, but when you do see it, that's what goes on inside. So.
Thanks.
Anybody else, or is it time to say Happy New Year?
Happy New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year.
All right, thanks, Demar.
Down in the street.